Can you guys see my screen okay?
Now we can. Perfect.
All right. Oh, hello. My name is Ralph Musso, and our point person for the Zen room was Sydney, and our nursing student was Asia. Asia's not. I don't think she's here today. But we'll talk about all the research and the location and everything that we need. So the location is obviously in South Coast Restoration. We're gonna be doing the restoration Zen room, and which is basically we're gonna redo a patient room and turn it into something that could be used for the healthcare service workers. And just a little bit of research. So what we initially talked about was trying to find a way to pay back to the healthcare workers, knowing how hard they work and knowing how much they do. We decided to do some research and seeing what kind of space they're gonna need to kind of use the space in a way that they can actually step away for a little bit and be able to utilize the space best. So a little bit of research that we did, we found that especially after COVID, they realized that being at work is more of like a war zone. They kind of see it as like something that can cause a lot of stress, something that can cause a lot of pushback, and trying to realize, how to take care of the mental health and how do they use that correctly. And some research that we did, we see that it really made a tough part in the situation, and we decided to continue moving forward with creating a new space for that. And with this space, we're actually going to include a space that they can rest, that they can recharge, and also just reset. And we understand that during this specific time that during the time of working, it can cause a lot of stress, anxiety, trauma, and just like kind of confuse their performance. And also, we decided to do this too to improve their low blood pressure and to improve their heart rate. So as we're continuing here, this is basically going to show the idea that we thought continuing moving on with this project. We This is kind of like what we're thinking about. So definitely we're gonna put a lot of plants in there to show life, to show something that's gonna be a lot more life, a lot of life in there, and showing a lot of comfort and just kind of place to relax and to incorporate relaxing places. We decided to put a massaging chairs in there. So at least two of them, depending how that we could fit in the space, but two of them in there. And then also with some type of Zen room material, such as a Bible or somewhere they can pray or somewhere they can truly just relax and take a step back from what's going on outside. So something else that we decided to incorporate was actually a projector. And this projector is not necessarily for movies or anything like that, but it's for more like relaxing sounds or like you can see here. It's this you'll be able to project things like waterfalls falling down. And you can also move this up and down. So you can put it up in the ceiling as you're looking up, or you can put it right in front of you. So as we look at sort of floor plan, you guys can see how this is the front door right here. So right when you walk in, when we were meeting, Asia actually had a great idea about this to not only have a space for everyone to be collaborative, but something that you can always come and see as you're leaving and walking into the space. So as we see here, we see a little bit of a sign, something that you can remind yourself, either saying a good quote. So this right here is going to be a board where people can write on it saying good quotes or saying any type of thing that's going to be positive to everyone that walks in there. And you can write on it, and then it can just refresh it, and everyone can write on it as you walk in. So as you walk in here, you also see in this corner, there's also a table where there's going to be the Bible, and also here there's a little bench that you can kneel on if you want to pray, or if you want to just take a time and just take a breather. And there's also going to be some objects right here that we'll talk about pretty soon. And of course, there's going to be plants all over the entire space, especially on this side right here, and where the seatings are going to be. And this is where the projection is going to be if you want it to be right on the wall or above the ceiling. So as we're talking more about this, this is an idea that we had too. So this is some objects we're gonna have, some stress balls, but also some fidget cubes. And these are gonna be located right on top of the desk right here. And these are actually something that we can take out. So if you don't want to, I know a lot of times that we don't have a lot of time. It's usually about 5 minutes or so, and so this is actually you can take it out, and they're not expensive. So you can have plenty of them in the room, and you can actually take them out. Leave it in your pocket, and if you need to take a breather for 1 minute outside in the hallway, you'll be able to have an experience outside the Zen room while still having something from that exact same space. And you can also have a physics cube where you can move it a lot, which can really reduce stress. And this is how it's going to look like here. And while we were working on this project, Asia was able to talk to her friends at work, and she actually works at Bradley Hospital. And I also try to do the same, having a mother that's a nurse. So we try to get as much as information that we could to try to see how we can make this space a comfortable space, but also somewhere that they can actually use and reduce stress from their daily job. And as we work toward this, we figured out that having this space, just having something that's visual, but also something that has sound too. So we'll also have sound in the back right here, just like a waterfall or any type of thing that's soothing. That way, it's not just visually, but you can actually hear some things too. And no matter if you stay there for 2 minutes or for 1 minute or for 5 or for 10, you'll be able to have something in there that you can actually use and that everyone can actually use the entire floor. But that concludes my presentation. I'll be open to any questions or comments.
Love it. I think that you did a great job with kind of transforming a patient room, which, you know, our patient rooms are not that pretty. It looks really pretty now. If you can scroll back down. So I like that idea of, you said like a projected image onto the wall, right? That's really cool. Because then you can change it, you know, however often we want to change it. I really like that feature. That was something unique that I haven't seen before. So great job there. And I love the idea of the bench area that you have in front of like the table. So if somebody does want to pray, they actually have an area where they can kneel and do that. That's really unique too. I haven't seen that either. And, you know, as Janelle said, a lot of people don't use our chapel or our meditation room. And I think it's just because of location and time, really. But this is another area to kind of invite that type of like restoration, is having that in a room like this. So that was great. And I love that all of the groups really did a great job in reaching out to, you know, key stakeholders and people who are actually performing like the work and seeing like what would be valuable to them. That's really great, because you obviously want to do something that's going to translate to your audience, so that way they see the value in it and they use it. So great job.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ralph. And